All right. Do you see my screen? What do you see on my screen? What do you see on my screen? Do you see SPY? Anyone? Someone said, yep, no futures. Okay, good. All right. This is our weekly prep for March 3/13 or 3/14 to 3/18. Okay. So just taking a look at the futures right now. Let's take a look at some levels here on the futures. All right. Futures got off to a nice little pump here, slight pump, and they're coming through some volume areas. And I'm going to be watching 4228.50 around this area. And we're going to be watching to see. Let's go to a higher time frame now. Let's go to a daily, take these levels off of here. Let's just look at where we are. All right, massive volume level here sitting at 4231. We don't have a lot of volume above it, but we could get a burst or pop there. Let's see here how our levels look there. All right, so we're just going to be chipping along here. I'll be watching to see 4228 and then 4234. I'll be looking for that within the next hour or so. All right, let's go and take a look at SPY, see if we got any market moving news here on SPY, okay? SPY sitting around, left off at 420.07. Obviously, the direction is clear. We've got news. Let's see what we got coming this week here. All right, we got geopolitical news still driving the market right now. And Ukraine update, Russia asking China for military aid. Interesting. So, we'll be looking to see how that impacts the market this week, to see if any news comes of that, if it'll be a catalyst to push things down a little bit deeper. All right. Let's take a look around and see what we got, what we can expect this week. Okay, so we got a little producer price index information coming this week. We've got, Fed, right? FOMC announcement, pardon me. And we've got press conference from Jerome Powell. Then, of course, Thursday, we've got jobless claims. I'm going to be paying special attention this week, as this week, the 18th, is OPEX. So we have some very, a high potential of some very volatile activity and market moving events. Let's go over them, just a few. Why do we care about PPI, Producer Price Index? Why do we care about that? It's going to measure the price of the producer at the producer level, the price of goods and services at the producer level, because some of that price, right, is passed on to the consumer, right? And so a portion of that inflation gets passed on to you and I. So this gives investors kind of an idea. We can anticipate inflationary consequences that could come down the road. If this number pops and is very much or rather higher than what the consensus is, then the market can react to it. So we'll be looking at that on, right, the reason why you get sat at the gas pump, absolutely. Now, the reason you're sat at the gas pump is because you do not have an electric car. That's why we all are upset at that, right? All right, so that'll be Tuesday. Monday, we don't have any market moving events just yet, just the geopolitical news of what's happening in Russia right now and the overall market sentiment. So our overall market sentiment is still bearish, cautious, right? Can we see some pops here and there on some days? Absolutely, right? Absolutely. I'll get to the chart in a minute. Right now, I'm just trying to understand economic data. Okay, so let's see here. Wednesday, 2 o'clock, 2:30, we've got FOMC announcement, meeting minutes, or rather, the information from the FOMC, and we've got a press conference coming in at 2:30. Why do we care about that? Well, obviously, the Fed dictates monetary policy. We're talking about interest rates, right? And this is important because those interest rates set by the Feds serve as a benchmark. It's a threshold, if you would. A change in those rates affect lending for banks, how they hold funds, overnight funds, etc. And this will translate directly to all other interest rates. Why are we watching that? Well, What's the number one rule? What's the number one rule before you put your hand in your pocket and you invest in the market? Exactly. Follow big money. That's the number one rule. So if the Feds raise rates, right? And obviously this will translate to other rates as well. This will affect treasury bonds, mortgage loans, etc. Right? So if this affects the market, it's going to change the dynamic, right, of how people move money around, right, or the money flow. So, for example, when the bond yield is 5% or higher, and this is going to attract more money away from stocks, right, than toward them. So we'll be watching for those rates. Again, money, Wall Street has to make money. They've got to make money. All right. Okay, that's enough. I've got the information I need so far up to this point. Now let's get to some levels. I know what's some potential market movers for the week. I'm looking at the futures right now. Let's go down to a lower level. Let's see where the futures are. All right, futures sitting around 4219. Coming up on some volume here. I'll be watching this daily level. We show any sign of weakness, I'm going to fade that level now. But I'm watching here. Let's go down a little lower. Okay. All right. So overall, we're sitting at 4207 right now. We've gapped up slightly, right? Slightly. SPY should be around about this 422 area, about this area right here. So too early to tell of our overall direction and how geopolitical news and how the market's going to respond. But Monday, I expect a range to bearish day unless some news comes in and just pops it so hard and fast and we just, run to the moon or what have you. So let's take a look here. Throw our levels up here real quick so we can get an idea of where we are. All right, now going into the morning session and pre-market inside the Discord, I'm going to adjust these levels even more once I get some more data after trading the futures tonight. I'll take a look at it, but I am looking for a hold at this 418 daily level, weekly level, volume level. All three are lining up here. I'm looking for a hold there. It's awful close to another weekly level here. So this is an interesting zone here. Now we do have a gap here. Let's take a look. Let's go out to a daily here real quick. And I think I've got it on my screen. Yeah, there it is. I've got a gap down here at April 1st, right? And it's anywhere from 400 to 403. I don't know when we come and fill this gap, but the more we start breaking past these weekly levels, we could touch that gap. Am I making a prediction? No, I'm developing a thesis. That's what I'm doing. Now trying to get an idea of where we go for the week. All right. But so far, let's put our levels here again. So far, we are holding and responding to our levels from where we left off. All right. Back to the futures here. All right, so we're sitting somewhere around that daily level there. And I want to see where we go from there, if we hold here or not. All right. So too early to tell what the hard direction is, but right now I still have a thesis. My thesis has not changed so far for this month. Very, very cautious to bearish, given the fact that we've got PPI data, we've got FOMC announcements and possible, firm announcement for a rate hike or further announcement supporting that. And we also have jobless claims coming. We also have geopolitical events that's rocking the nation right now, or flooding news, Russia asking for China for military aid. So I'll be watching that as well. All right, key levels to look out for this daily at 42282. Of course, we're still watching 43068 and 42717. So closer toward the opening session, I'll post the levels inside the chat. These levels here likely will change slightly, not the price levels, just the volume areas of interest, and we'll play the day as we see fit. Those are the events for the week. These are the major levels we're going to be watching and looking at. I'll post this if you're looking at this on YouTube by the time it's posted. If you're looking at this, right now live, then you've been following the Discord, the levels there, then you already know what they are. You can dump in chat. We got a couple minutes left. Any questions? Pretty straightforward, pretty basic. I want to keep this thing to 10, 15 minutes. You know what market movers are happening this week. We know if our levels are going to be respected. I'll be looking at the futures data to, play that. Obviously, I'm going to play this tonight, but I want to know, it's a high probability I come to this. I might take a quick pop here. I'm going to be watching that though. Any other questions? You can dump them in chat right now. All right, so if you've got no further questions, folks, I'm going to get ready to close this here. Just taking a look at the futures and how we hold. I'll be watching this chip around here between these two daily levels, and we'll play it accordingly. So key levels for the week, or for Monday, should I say, 418.09. I want to see us hold this area here. Otherwise, we break down, and you can bet your bottom dollar we're shorting this sucker to the downside. 42282. We could get pinned here for a little bit, but as we pop above here, then 430.60 certainly is an area of rejection that I'm going to be watching going into the open on Monday. Okay. All right, folks. I'll post this on in the channel as well. I'll post this inside the Discord. You can DM me or ask questions inside the chat, and then we'll crush it as we go forward. So I want to encourage you guys to do a few things. Number one, if this has been helpful for you, go over to the testimonials tab here, read the testimonials of individuals who've been taking the training and who's been crushing it every single week. Very proud of these folks and all of you. Then I want you to come inside the Discord here, get the training that you need here, right? Don't just try to wing it, get the training first. Watch the videos here for how to improve, right? This 3-step strategy to effectively day trade. This is going to help you a lot. This is my actual 3-step check system before I enter a trade. And then I want you to go up and watch the 3 indicators training, scroll up and watch VIX and volume, critical. Then come into the Discord, start jumping in some conversation and watching folks crush it every single day. All right, folks, I'm going to end it here, and I'll see you guys Monday, 8:50 to crush it in pre-market in the Voice Channel Live. See you then.